Everyone, welcome to another Fan2Play fantasy match preview. This is a quick one for the Scorchers versus the Sixers. The game is going to be played at the Optus Stadium, where apart from the odd game, there have been some low scoring matches with pace playing the key part, and we are expecting more of the same come this game. So, now let's look at the best base team that we can make based upon the same. And before we do that, ensure you download the Fan2Play app. 10% bonus can be used on your leaderboard contest. App link is in the description. Now, before we get to the team, some big changes to keep in mind. First up, from the Scorchers, keep in mind Jai Richardson is not available, Matthew Kelly is still not available, Ashton Agar has now left for the tour of India prep, so he is not available. From the Sixers, when you look at the team, Todd Murphy is not available. So these are the big changes, and most of them happening in the bowling section. Now let's look at the team, and we'll start with the bowling section because that is going to be the section that will decide the game for you, especially at Optus. So from the Scorchers, I'm looking at loading up more of the pace options. So those would be Jason Behrendorff, David Payne. These will be key choices. Lance Morris, if he plays, you can take him in your team. And then when we look at the Sixers, who will be your key pacers here? Ben Dwacius should be able to do well. Sean Abbott hits the ball into the deck, and Hayden Kerr would be more of a conditional pick, as I don't know how effective change-ups would be here, as it's going to be more about the pace and bounce. And obviously, how can I forget Andrew Ty, for even though it's just change-ups with him, but he has a great idea of how to be bowling here and what to be doing at Optus. So these are your key choices as far as the bowling is concerned. Then when you look at the all-rounders, Aaron Hardy will play a key role. He can also bowl a bit. He'll bowl some pace, so he'll be useful for you in that aspect too, especially with Ashton Agar not being available. He should be able to do that role too. In the batting section, Steve Smith without a doubt. Then you look at the other options. I think I'm still inclined to go with Ashton Turner, even though he bats low. The day the Scorchers top order does not do well, it will be Ashton Turner to the rescue, like we saw across league games too. Now we have 8 slots filled, and I think these 8 would definitely be in my team across scenarios. Who are your last 3 picks going to be? I think one pick from here would be Hayden Kerr, because his form has been decent and he'll be able to contribute with the bat too, even if there's a slight collapse. And I'm tempted to go with both keepers for the last 2 slots because they'll give me value behind the stumps with the gloves too. Now, who are the guys you can change? You can change out Ashton Turner if you want to take Bancroft, or if you want to take Eskenazi. From the Sixers, I don't think it makes sense to take another batter because all these guys have come in only occasionally. No one has contributed regularly, so it becomes difficult for you to pick any one of them. So that sums up our base team. Now, if I have to tell you some picks in terms of grand leagues, in terms of picks and drops both. First up, from the Sixers, I think Josh Philippe becomes a GL drop candidate because of his matchup against Jason Behrendorff. Left arm pace does tend to disturb him, so that will be my first drop candidate. Second drop candidate from here. Now, I've already mentioned Cameron Bancroft, which is a big risk. I don't think any of these other guys are big risk drops because most of them would anyway not be present across base teams, so I would not speak too much about them. From the all-rounder section, if there's going to be a big risk drop, it'll be Hayden Kerr, because I'm not sure how much his change-ups will be useful here, but because he has all-round value, at least he's going to be part of my base team. As far as your big risk picks are concerned, I think Dan Christian is a good big risk pick because at this type of venue he should be able to do something good, especially if the Sixers are playing a spinner and the spinner does not have a good day out. He can be of good use. And finally, from the bowling section, my big risk pick here I think would be Jackson Bird, because Jackson Bird is someone who gets movement up top and he can also bounce the ball a bit, and this type of venue should suit him. So if he plays, he will be a big risk pick. So that is what sums up the base team. Captain and vice captain, everybody's going to come with Steve Smith as captain, but I'm going to go slightly safer here. I'll probably go with Andrew Ty, Sean Abbott as my 2 picks, and this is what my base team looks like finally. You to go make your base team right now on the Fan2Play app and ensure you hit the like button before you leave this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a great game.